Let's get some analysis on the developments of the second leg of the ANC North West conference with political analyst Duvenhage. Thank you very much, Mr. Duvenhage, for your time this evening. So is this more of what we've been seeing at pretty much every ANC elective conference throughout the provinces so far, or is there something different happening at the North West?
Well, yes, I think something is different here. And what is different is that the province is under administration for a time. The ANC has an interim provincial committee since 2018. And at the moment, at the core of this dispute is the mandate of the interim provincial committee, which should have been 9 months, but is now extended to a few years. And that is why what the legal battle is all about. But taking into consideration that there are certain political processes, the NEC is the highest executive body in the ANC between conferences taking decisions. I believe that from a legal point of view, the ANC stand a strong chance in winning this. And my take on it is that it's not going to disrupt the outcome of the provincial conference in the North West province.
So far, many of these provincial elective conferences have been interdicted, or attempts have been made to have them interdicted, with no success to date. Why do you think that is? And do you agree with the spokesperson Pule Mabe when he says that the processes of the ANC are watertight, and that's why it's so difficult to get successful court action against them?
No, I don't think the processes, protocols and procedures of the ANC is watertight. Then they would have picked up that the mandate of the interim provincial committee is only supposed to be 9 months. But what we know is that political power is stronger than legal processes. That is point one. Point two is that I think the ANC in North West had a very successful provincial conference, despite attempts to disrupt the conference, to corrupt it in some ways, etc. And I think that the political processes and the political weight will be more decisive. We are building towards a national conference, and I cannot see that the outcome of this Northwest provincial conference will be stopped by legal processes. And if it is stopped, there will be appeals, and it will be an ongoing legal process. And we know that this process of electing national leadership should be completed by the end of the year.
So you don't see any long-term implications for the legitimacy of this conference?
I think from a technical point of view, there may be grounds, but 8 out of 10 times where we had these type of cases, I think the political power came out on top. And I think here in North West, it is highly likely that this will also be the case.
When you say the political power comes out on top, surely that should not play a role in the decisions of the court. How does that happen?
Well, it happened through many ways, and that is that the ANC is not only a political party, it's a party in governance, but it also has its cadres deployed throughout the political system. And this also implicates the legal system. So they have control not only over legal processes or legislative processes, but also executive processes, and in a sense, the appointment of legal people. So in that sense, they control a bigger system, and their control of the bigger system is going to be decisive in this regard.
Would you go so far as to say that the legal system is captured?
Well, I won't say fully captured, but I have seen studies and a lot of research done who are arguing that the legal system is facing major challenges. And we can only start by focusing on the National Prosecution Authority and the state of affairs over there. We can look at the Zondo Commission and the findings of the Zondo Commission, even in the appointment of people in legal positions. So I won't say a full capture, but there's definitely strong influence going out from an organization like the ANC in terms of the bigger legal processes of the country.
Unfortunately, we're running out of time, so relatively quickly, how do you see the rest of this conference in the North West playing out, given that you're saying that you doubt that this legal challenge will be successful?
I am expecting that tomorrow they will finalize the election of the other members of the executive and the provincial executive committee of the ANC. And I think this process will continue towards and the build-up towards the national conference. I am not seeing serious disruptions of these processes. So I'm seeing a continuation where a person like Nonu Molloy is highly likely to continue his position. I think in near future we may see some government changes like we have seen in KZN, and then we will see the build-up towards the national conference towards the end of the year.
Well, thank you very much for your insights and your time. That was political analyst Andre Duvenhage giving us his thoughts on the ANC Provincial Elective Conference currently underway in the North West.